Hey guys, it's Ben. I really want to talk to you all about effect cymbals. I get a lot of comments on the different kinds of cymbals that I use in my setup. So I just wanted to take today's video to look at the different types of effect cymbals and why you'd want to get each one. So we've got a couple of different size splashes. We've got two mini chinas, we've got a chime and a stack. So let's get into how they sound and why you might want to add one to your kit. Let's get started with splashes. I love a good splash cymbal. I've always had one on the kit. You know, they're a beautiful sound. I've chosen a couple of different size splashes for us to look at. We've got the brand new Sabian 8-inch AAX Aero Splash and this 12-inch Ozone. Just wanted to show you similar sounding splashes, but different sizes. So let's have a listen what they sound like. So the reason I choose to put a splash on the kit is to give it that softer sound. You know, it's definitely great in more dynamic sections or used in a groove or in a fill, because sometimes you don't want to hit a big crash cymbal and have that big washing sound going over the track. So I use splashes quite a lot for that. I think they're a really, really useful cymbal. Mini chinas are also a really popular type of effect cymbal you can put on your kit, because you know the china sound is great, but often it's a big sound. You know, it's like on the snare or, you know, big heavy sections, and that's great, but sometimes you want that trashy sound but with a much shorter decay and much less general sort of body, and that's where mini chinas come in. So I've got a couple of different types here. We've got the 12-inch AA mini Chinese. You know, I've had this cymbal for years. This is a brand new one, but I've been playing them for so long. You know, I think they're a great go-to sort of staple size and staple sound for like an accent mini china. But we've also got the brand new, just released Sabian mini holy china, and this is a lot trashier. It's a lot smaller. It's obviously got the holes cut away, so you know it has a much shorter decay. So I wanted to give you both of these on the kit so you can hear some of the options you've got for choosing a mini china. I would say they're a great cymbal to have. I love it. You know, great for accents, great for grooves, and you can also stack a little splash on top of a mini china to give you, you know, what I call the mini stack sound, which again is even more percussive and short. So another type of effect cymbal that you might want to add onto your kit is a bell or a chime. It means the same thing, call them bells or chimes or whatever. It just means a high-pitched, ringing sounding cymbal. So this is my Sabian HH Radio Cup Chime. It's a beautiful cymbal. It really cuts through the mix, and this is what it sounds like. So obviously when you've got a cymbal that's that striking of a sound, you've got to be careful where you use it, otherwise it'll lose its contrast, and it's just, you know, it's easy to not play stuff like that very musically. So I guess two examples or musical situations where I would play something like that would be, say there's a connecting section or an intro or an outro where it's, you know, it's not laid down in a groove or anything, it's just ambience and people are making noise. Sometimes I'll like wash on the hi-hats, and then I'll do like a little rough or a roll on that bell, and that's like really lifts that section out. So in one of our tunes with Tosca, it's called Infantile, there's a section where Beer and Dave are both playing this sort of tapped melodic section, and you know the root note of each phrase is accented, and I'll use one of my effect cymbals and a kick just to be like bow, bow, to actually accent that stuff. And so I will use a splash or this chime to actually pick that out, because it sits kind of higher tonally than other parts of the song, and it really picks it out. I wouldn't use this in a heavy section because it would just kind of have a dropped down feeling. I'd want big washy cymbals when it's heavy. I'd want short percussive cymbals for when I'm trying to create quite a staccato feeling groove, or I'm trying to create a pulse amongst them that's quite chaotic. And I'll use these more like washy or sort of high pitched, quite piercing effect cymbals for when the time's right and when it feels like the tone of the song and is higher and it's appropriate for that. So as always, I can't tell you exactly how to use them musically, but listen to how other people and other drummers that you like are using these kind of cymbals, and then spot those same moments in your own music and give it a go. You might also want to add a stack to your setup. Stacks are really popular. You know, a lot of guys have started using them, and I understand why. They're so much fun to play. They're a very short percussive sound. They're really useful in a groove to kind of ride on with a pulse, or to use in a very kind of chaotic way to really kind of create that feeling of tension for the listener. So stacks are wicked. You can make your own stack quite easily with broken cymbals. You know, a lot of my stacks before I became a Sabian artist were just from broken cymbals that I used. But basically a stack is two cymbals put together, and they go together in a way that creates a short, trashy, sharp staccato sound. You know, you can control how much decay there is by how tight you've got the cymbal. So obviously looser, you'll get a lot more wash and rattle. Tight as it will go, you'll get a very, very short sound out of it. But very, very useful. I love my stacks. So this is what this one sounds like. So there you go, awesome new sounds. I hope that helped. You got an idea of some of the sounds you can add to your kit. Took you through different size mini splashes, mini chinas, a stack, and a bell. So those are some of the more common sounds that people are chucking on their kits these days. So go and experiment, have some fun, try out new sounds. You know, take broken cymbals, layer them on, take a broken old crash and see what it sounds like. This is all about expanding your sound palette. So go and experiment, have fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.